that is not my fingernail. Sorry to disappoint. Mine are not nearly as nice. Why is that got some light coming in from that side? Hold on. Wow. There we go. I meant to start with this camera anyway, so go figure. Let me check to see if I have sound. Not that I don't trust you guys, but you know, there we go. I do have sound. Good. Hello, everybody. Let's see who's here. Yeah, I got all my cameras working tonight. I'm so excited. So let's see who's here. We have Nick is here, Andrew Humphrey is here, and MG20TX, and Rusker. Trim my nails, James says. Or maybe some nail polish. Yeah. Cliff D, Guy the Jedi. Hello. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Exciting times. This is pretty much 99.99% complete. I say we, like there's more than one me. Last week we did a little test here for the first layer. It's not bad. There is a little bit of under extrusion happening. It's really hard to tell. You can kind of see it actually from the back of it. You might see it better. A little bit of under extrusion you can kind of see happening there on some of these pieces. There you go. There's a good view of it. So I've got to run a few more calibration things today, but overall, as far as first layer, it's even pretty much overall the whole bed. So we're just going to look and see what's going on with the under extrusion. I actually managed to get input shaper put into it. I had a little difficult time getting it to work. I put the ADXL, proper ADXL files in the config, in the printer config folder in Clipper, and then when I went to save and restart, it wouldn't start up. So I learned just by trial and error and by some Googling and just by growing a brain, I learned that I needed to go in, and there is a little thing you got to do here that I didn't know. You have to basically install RC script if you want to use host as secondary MCU. So I had to run this script, which no clue what it means. It's all Greek to me. But you have to basically run a script enabling Clipper MCU service, and then you have to make menu config, and you have to flash blah blah blah. And anyways, had to run that little bit of a script, and it worked. So and then it save and restart. It worked. It came on. We were able to run input shaper. Because I moved it from this bench down to here, I will probably run that input shaper once more, and I just let it use whatever setting it came up with. I still cannot read that that really complex graph that comes up. It looks like this. You guys have probably seen it, and a lot of you out there probably know how to read this. Okay, and then there's another one down here, and then they have another one here, and I have no clue how to read that. I have no clue what I'm looking for on those. So what I did is I opted for, at the very bottom, somewhere down here, it said that you can generate accelerometer data offline. No, that's not what it was. It was the automatic one. Somewhere up here, it tells me that I can input shaper auto calibration. So that's the one that I used, was the shaper calibrate for the auto calibration. So that's maybe what we need to do. Hey, Andrew, sorry you were in the water closet. Well, as long as you've come out of the closet, Andrew, that's all that matters. Okay, so hopefully you're out of the closet now and everything's good. So yeah, so let's go ahead and run input shaper on this once more. And then I need to do a couple tuning things, I think, because I ran a second cube. And even though the second cube was still okay, I'm still not extremely happy with the second cube because I'm getting a little bit of, I don't know what I'm getting. I don't even know what I would call it. Top and bottom layers are fine, but I'm getting a little bit of, you can almost see it when I hit the light the right spot here. So I'm either getting some under extrusion or over extrusion on this. I'm still getting a little bit of noise, It's not the cleanest. Red is not the best color to show this with too. I could have been running the filament a little hot as well, now that I think of it, because I'm running it at 220 degrees, and this filament's rated from 190 to 2 whatever. Richard McLean, Las Vegas, hello, hello. You've been since 2015. There you go. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up. Here, I can switch to this guy, give you a good view of here. So I'm going ahead and hook up the accelerometer. I've just left it at this little cable here. And the nice thing about having these reverse electronics is I can just kind of tuck this cable away in here, although I'm not going to do that. I'm going to unplug it and have this cable put away, because ideally when I have a permanent position or home for this thing, oh, there's the camera over there. Hey, I'm going to have an acrylic cover put on here. I've got to have that made. And then when I find a permanent home for it, I'm going to do input shaper, and then we're laughing. It should stay the same. I shouldn't have to calibrate the input shaper for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up this other end of this to the doomer thingy here, and I believe it is. I never remember if it's blue side towards me or blue side away from me, and I just did it, and you think I'd remember it? No, but I think it's blue side away from me. Oh no, it's blue side toward. Yeah, I think it's blue side away from me. And we shove that in there. And then we plug that on there. And the easy way to tell is we can query the accelerometer. So, yeah. Hey, Duff. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, Duff, you already said you were already here? I don't know. If you're here and I didn't say hello, sorry. It's just the way it is. Here, we'll do this camera because it's funner. Oh, that's a good thing. So I think it's called query accelerometer. Let me just make sure. If I scroll through my previous accelerometer query, let's just go ahead and see if we can query the accelerometer here. Invalid ADXL. Yeah. So that basically means that I've plugged it in the wrong way. Okay, so we'll unplug that. And I believe then that's going to mean, oh, I think I've frigged up my wires here. Oh, come on. Something happened to my wires because I plugged it in backwards. That's okay. Let's just see. Oh boy, did I ever mess this up. Might not be able to. I may have to steal the one off the other machine. Let's see. I think I messed my wires up. Yep. Yep. Okay, so let's see if I can fix this. I may just have to order another ribbon cable. Can't be too much. Oh wow. Yeah, I've messed my wires up. I plugged it in the wrong way. Oops. Here, I'll show you. Don't do what I did. You can kind of see the tip of the wires there. Yeah. See if I can fix this. I wonder, I will bet you, it's already messed up anyways, but I'll bet you if I snip off the first little bit like that, I'll bet you now, if I go ahead and plug that in proper, I'll bet you now it works. Oh, you can trim it. Yeah. No, it's still not working. Let's see if I can trim it a bit more. Yeah, maybe I got to trim that just enough, a little bit more. There we go. Now they all look good. Question is, will they connect? And maybe it's blue towards me. Okay, let's see if that works. That worked. There we go. So we were able to, as you see here, we were able to query the accelerometer right here. So trimming the wires worked. I'll still probably get another plug just because, although maybe not, because I want to show you guys something else that I'm going to be doing here. Okay, so that worked. And then the other command, if I'm not mistaken, was do accelerometer query. Not test, not measure axis noise. That's the one. And this is going to measure the axis noise sitting, and we want it to be below 100, and we're 10.4, 18.2. And then, as I said, over on this page, we are going to basically do a shaper calibrate command. So we'll just copy that, and we'll go into here and paste that in. Doop. It's going to want me to home the printer first, so we'll go ahead and home it first. I know that because I've been through this. You should probably make a note for direction. You know what, Andrew? You would think I would, right? You would think I would make a note and say blue forward, but now I know blue forward. Okay, note on the cable with a Sharpie. That's a good idea too. And blue up on the Pi. If we switch to the Pi, you can't really see that, but if I zoom in for you on the Pi, whoa, dude, focus that, will you? You're hurting my eyes. Right there on the Pi, it's blue side up as well. So it's basically, I should be able to see blue on both ends of the cable. That's kind of, but you know what? I would probably forget that in another half hour. Anyways, so I like the idea of marking with a Sharpie, and we'll do that after we finish this. So now we're going to go in shaper calibrate, and it is going to go ahead and start doing the shimmy and shaking thing. And as we look at the console here, there we go. You can kind of see what it's going to be doing here. It's going to read all the way from 5 hertz up to 133 hertz. So if I had one like for every hertz it measures, I'd be happy. But that means I'd have 133 people watching. Blew up and not blew away. Yeah. And meantime, while this is running, I'm not going to touch the hot end portion, but I will, if I had a Sharpie, which I should, I keep a Sharpie in here, but you know what? I don't know where I put my Sharpie. But keep an eye. Just watch this while I go find something. Here, there we go. Let's use this. Let's use an acrylic marker. And you can hear it. Listen. Ready? Here, listen. Oh, don't touch the frame. Making some nice noises. Hello, Pierre from Edmonton. How are you, sir? Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so we're going to open a brand new acrylic pen. We're going to shake the acrylic pen. We are going to find a piece of paper. You know, for a guy that owns a print shop, you'd think I'd have more paper around here. Can't even find a piece of paper. I should have some notepads down here somewhere. Let me find my notepads. Well, that resonates. I had a whole bunch of notepads. Here. There we go. Found some paper. Don't shake it more than 3 times. Now, if I pump it, after I shake it, you got to sort of pump it, get the ink flowing. Although these have been around a while, so. Maybe the ink's dried out. Oh, there we go. I see it coming out now. There we go. So now I can just go on this one and the bottom, and we'll just make a little blue mark on the bottom of the cable there. So I know that that goes towards me. Although I'm just doing blue towards me and blue towards me anyways. So, but it's an extra blue mark. So I'll know, gee, why did I put that blue mark on the ribbon? I'll say, oh, because the blue's going to go towards me. But the blue is already towards me. So if I'm going to remember blue towards me, am I not just going to remember the same thing that I have to remember anyways? Whereas if I were to mark it with red, that might be telling myself, stop, don't make that towards me. So it's just going to confuse me even more. Thank goodness I don't have to do input shaper all the time. So now we are on to the y-axis, I believe. And I think I'm going to change out the filament from red to something different. I'm just not a red it almost shows up too bright on the camera. I won't do white, but I'll do maybe a gray, something more neutral. Yeah. Let's see. Let's pick from the wall and see what I can find that might be a decent neutral color to pick from. Oh, I don't know which to choose. I don't have very many colors here. Gray would be good probably. So do I have a PLA gray? There's white, there's some PLA, Polymax PLA. I don't want to use the Polymax. Let's see, we have PLA down here. Let's use Polyterra PLA cotton white. No. And it looks like our our thing is done. I'll use stone blue. That'll probably print nicely. So let's use some stone blue. Okay, so as we can see on our display, it's going to suggest a couple things for us. And this is versus me looking at the mark where you can read it when mounted, then the color don't matter. True. Actually, well, before just to humor myself, I'm going to put a little mark on this side of this one anyways. And I'm going to put, there we go. Just mark on that, and that way at least I know the mark faces me. Okay, so what this is telling me is that if we go to the X, it is recommended shaper type is MZV, shaper frequency 64 Hertz right here. And then it's saying that for MZV right down here, to avoid too much smoothing with MV, suggested max acceleration 12,100. So let's call that 12,000 for acceleration on the X. And up to the Y, recommended shaper is MZV again with 51.2 Hertz. And on the MZV, it recommends a maximum acceleration of 7,700. So we obviously want to go with the lower of the two accelerations. So the acceleration is not going to be saved. That has to be saved manually, as it says up here. Shaper calibration data written to blah, and it says somewhere about, oh, it was in the instructions, that the acceleration I have to actually save manually. But I want to show you something to do with the acceleration that kind of confused me. And you guys all know that's not hard to do. So I basically upload and save config. Okay, it's going to reboot my system. It's going to save those clipper settings, or those, input shaper settings. Hey, Nuno Vincent. Okay, so if I go back, once this reboots, which it's going to do right there. Now if I go to the machine and I go to my printer config and I go to the very bottom, way down to the bottom where it says don't you dare touch any of these settings, right down to the bottom on the left here, you can see there's my input shaper data right there. But if I go way back up to the top, let's see if I can get up to the top quicker. There we go. My maximum acceleration, it said I could go to 7,700, but now for some reason, when I did the standard printer config file and then just sort of updated it all, it says right here, maximum 4,000. Now, I don't know why, because on my 2.4, that says max, there is no maximum there. So theoretically, according to that input shaper reading, I should be able to change this maximum acceleration to 7,700. Even though this says max 4,000 for some reason. Anybody know why? I don't know why. But I'm going to leave it at that because that's what it said I could do. And I believe when it says I can do that. And right here is where we added the ADXL and the resonance tester data right here. So it does 20 millimeters on the Z when it measures, and it's 150 measuring. We're not quite towards the middle of the bed, theoretically. That should have been 125, 125. I'll do that for future because it's a 250 millimeter bed. 25, that's okay. So now we'll save and restart, and all those settings should be taking place, and we should have a good start up here. And 3, 2, 1, boo. Just for the initial setup. Oh, I see, Andrew. Okay, so I'm okay to go to the 7700 as it recommended, yes. Okay, stand by. I can collapse that for a minute while we look at this. Okay, so that gives us our input shaper. So I can disconnect this now for the time being. And I'm just going to kind of leave this just lying here for now. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm not going to short anything out with it. We'll just kind of tuck it away here. We'll neaten that up later. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat up the hot end, and I want to switch filaments out. I'm not a fan of the red for test purposes, so we're going to switch it out to a sort of a neutral blue. But if my mouse cooperates, I'm going to turn the case light on. There we go. And now I'm going to just heat up the hot end, and I'll heat the bed up while we're here, just because we need to heat that up anyways, and it takes longer than the hot end. And there goes my lower case fans, which is fine. And then we're going to go ahead and go 210 on the hot end, and we'll switch that filament out to a more neutral color, easier color to see on the camera. You should put maximum acceleration higher, since you can use higher accelerations for infill travel. Oh, I see. Okay. Because it said 12,000 on the X and 7,700 on the Y. So you're telling me I can probably put it up to, say, maybe 10,000 is what you're saying? Oh, right. So for on the travels. Yeah, I can do that. Well, we'll do that after we switch filaments here, because we're warming it up right now. I don't want to interrupt this. So I'll pop this open. This is a nice, this is called Stone Blue Polymaker. I've used this obviously before because it's open. Oh, obviously I use it on the bamboo because I've got the little protector side things on. So I'm going to pop these off since I don't need them right now. And I find that I don't need these on the bamboo either. So works fine with cardboard spools for me. Yeah, I got to reduce those speeds too, Nick. I don't mind them. It doesn't matter, but they're just loud. Let's stick those up there. Put this bag back in the box. And we'll throw this up here. There we go. Okay. And we will load this filament in when we unload. We're up to temperature. Let's go ahead and hit the unload. I thought there was an unload macro. Oh, sure, there was an unload macro. It doesn't matter. I'm going to extrude 5. Oh, 10. There we go. We're going to speed of 5. We're going to extrude. And then we're going to retract 50. There we go. $40K max Excel on your Trident. 40,000. Wow. And retract some more. There we go. And we'll load some of this stone blue filament in. This is using the Galileo 2 extruder, courtesy of LDO Motors. And let's go ahead and, where's the load? Why did I think, just gotta let me check. I thought I had a load filament macro. That's okay, no big deal. No big deal. There we go. It's just as fine to load it this way. Just means we got to load it a couple times. And we'll run a quick little test print. 150. I did a, I'll check the extrusion. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I will check the E-steps on this just to be sure. There we go. We got our right color coming out now. Here, I'll switch over to this guy here. We got the right color coming out now. It's a bit bright. I know it's hard to see, but there we go. We got our blue coming out. No problem. Let's just go ahead and check the E-steps. I'm going to use, I designed and printed these guys. I use these. I just find these real easy for doing E-step calibrations. So these are 5 millimeter increments on each one. So how this works in this case is, yeah, you can probably see it from there. So I have a dark one and a light one, different colors of filament, but I need my Sharpie. That's okay. I'll use my, I'll go ahead and use a, one of these pens. Okay, so this is simple as putting this on the filament and then going ahead and taking your pen. Don't have to explain this to you guys, but somebody might watch this later. Yeah, like anybody who watches my videos. Mark it at 100, mark it at 120. There we go. Makes it real simple. And then we're going to extrude 100 millimeters and see what we get. So let's extrude. We're just going to hit 50 twice. XOL with CNC Sherpa Mini and a Rapido UHF. Awesome. Don't know what those are, but they sound cool. Okay, and we're going to do 50 more. And we'll see where we're at here. So I'll just pop this camera up here. Oh, it's too short. It doesn't matter. And we stopped dead on. So basically, will this show it? Let's just see. Kind of shows it. Yeah, right there. Oh, wow, cool. There was our 100 mark, which is right where right there, and there's our 120 mark. So it extruded exactly 100 millimeters of filament. So we are good. We are good that way. Okay, so that's good. We don't have to worry fiddle with our, I don't think they're called E-steps in Clipper, but that's what I still call them. So that's what I'm calling them, like it or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do a test print here. Now, according to, I'm going to go and work on this part here again. So I believe they do have some, we have initial startup, first print, tuning guides. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Secondary printer tuning. So belt tension, we're not worrying about. The belt tension seems pretty good. Bed mesh, we've already got the bed mesh set. I should go to the LS tuning guide, is what I should do, and print a couple of his tuning points. But I'm just checking to see what they have here for tuning. Input shaper, we've done print tuning. There we are. Andrew Ellis's print tuning guide is where we'll go. So we'll just do a couple of his test prints just to see where we're at. So here we are. Before we begin, V2 gantry squaring, tuning. We just want to go to tuning. Extruder calibration we just did. Extrusion multiplier, it's a separate. Yeah, this is, we just did extruder calibration. We know we're extruding 100 millimeters. I believe that's what he's doing right here. Okay, so first layer squish, I'm not worrying about. It's pressure advance and linear advance that I want to get working on here. So do I want the tower method or do I want the line method? I think the line method is what I want for pressure advance. And I'm going to need to download his line method model. But let's just see what we got to do here. Hey, Teza, how are you? Okay, so let's just see what this says. Visit the pressure advance calibration site. Thanks to Deuce for helping me with this. If you're using Marlin, which I'm not, so we can skip that. So pressure advance calibration site. Did that open a new window for me as well? No, it didn't. Okay, so printer name, we're going to go Trident. Filament name is Polylite PLA. 0.4 diameter. There's our starting G code. There's our print end. Retraction distance, we're going to leave all of his things, that just leaving everything he suggests. Our bed size is 250. 250. The origin is the bed center. No, set origin X0, Y0 bed center and set of front left corner. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Acceleration, we're just going to leave all his things here as standard. You can change his pattern, but I'm just going to use his standards. Printing direction right to left, line numbering, yes. Okay, let's see what he says on his notes. See, this is what we're going to be printing here, something like this. I've been through this a few times. So file name, we're going to call the file name pressure advance. Let's just go pressure test 1. And okay. So start end value for pressure advance determines the time. For example, start value of 50 and pressure 150 will test a range of 100. The pressure advance stepping determines how many test lines are printed. And I think that's all pretty much set in here for me for what I'd like to do. Extrusion multiplier, 94 for ABS. We're running PLA. I think this is the one for PLA. This tool has been depreciated in favor of its replacement. Oh, they have a replacement tool for this? Now I'm reading this? What's the replacement? Oh, this one. Okay. Oh, yeah. This one reminds me of those military stripes. So this is the new one. Okay, fair enough. Let's do this one then. Rectangular, 250. 250. Travel speed's fine. Extrusion multiplier's fine. Clipper, nozzle diameter, bed shape. Retraction distance, retraction speed. Z-hop is on. Z-hop height. First layer. Okay. That's right. This is the newer one. Okay. Download G code. What'd you miss? Not much, Tessa. We just download that G code. It's called PA pattern. We just did a input shaper. Pretty much just to put input shaper. Changed over the filament, and now we're going to do a pressure advance test. So I should be able to go into Clipper. There we go. Into here. Oh, I'm sorry. I've already had that open here. And we're going to go to G code files. We're going to upload a file. No, we're going to download a file, and it should be in downloads. And it should be pressure advance pattern 4 right here, open. And we should just be able to go ahead and print that now. There we go. Let me try and get a camera on this for you. Let's see if this one will work. And it will if I just zoom it out a bit and focus it. Get it at the right height. There we go. Look at that. Arca Slicer has it as well. Make sure you see the thumbnail. Yeah, I was lazy. Yeah, it's interesting if it gives different results. I did the one out of bamboo slicer, but it does the old style. This is kind of a newer style. What am I waiting for here? I'm waiting for the temperature to settle in, and we should start printing here soon. Yeah. Okay, come on, anytime, start. Why did the connection, oh, connection didn't fail. I'm on the wrong printer. I think I had the bed had to cool down a little bit. I had the bed set at 65, it wants to go at 60. Okay. Now it's lowering the nozzle temp to 200, and we should, there we go, we're starting. Okay, we're gonna get our excuse me. We're doing our Z tilt adjust right now, and then it's going to do the mesh. Nice cuticles. Okay, that should be good at this point because it's pretty much set. Let's see. No, it's got to go once more. That was only 0.007532, and it wants 0.007500. Like, oh, excuse me. This was going to come in at 002, I bet. This came in at 0.01506. That's pretty good. Now it's going to do the mesh, and then we're off to the races. Love my colors. Love everything about this printer now. The only thing that's not working is I don't have my nozzle LED working because it's not hooked up. But maybe I'll hook that up after we do this. But we got to start a new project next week. And look how fast that beacon probe goes, huh? Pretty cool. And back again. And it produced this, so it worked really well. So I'm very happy with the results of this beacon probe. So there we go. Let's start our print. Although there we go. It's not really, it takes a second for the filament to purge out though, which really, there we go. Oh, okay, it's doing a square. Now we're laughing. Yeah, that blue filament's much nicer to see on camera too than the red. Good, it's doing a skirt. I like a skirt. And my first layer is perfect. Next week, convert this to canvas. I thought I read cannabis. I was going to say, what do you mean a cannabis printer? No, we've got a couple things. I'm going to be doing an upgrade on the 2.4. I decided it's going to get a beacon probe. I may do that new, what is it, an MXZ, MX something hot end. I may look at doing upgrading the hot end on it too. So, and we've got a couple minis to build. We have a Tri-Zero to build yet, thanks courtesy of MGXT. Oh, damn, I'm terrible with the names. But we do have a Tri-Zero to build. Courtesy of MG20TX. And then we have another 0.2 to upgrade to. We're going to be reprinting parts for some of them. Okay, here we go. We're doing our little general stripes now. And then we will figure out how to read this once it's done. Nice thing about this is it's a nice quick print. What hot end? Tube. This right now, what you're watching is a Revo hot end. Yeah, we'll be doing a Tri-Zero. That'll be coming, and I believe the 2.4 has a Revo hot end as well. I'm happy with the Revo hot ends. I think this is going to print some numbers for me too. So is that focused? There we are. It's a bit better. What hot end? Oh, I'm trying to think. It was my buddy from my buddy Andy here. Let me just look. I'll tell you exactly which one that I'm looking at. He's putting a kit together for me. 3D Lab Tech, my buddy Andy says, it's the XOL. It's called an XOL, and I've seen a few different things about it. Richard McLean, $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you so much. And you get this.
Super chat.
Thank you. Yeah, XOL. And let me just look at it. XOL. If I can find it. It's a Mantis XOL, and the image of it looks like something like this. Pretty cool looking hot end. Apparently it works really well, et cetera, et cetera. So I may just throw that on the 2.4. Yeah, so, and I'm just waiting for my buddy Andy from 3D Lab Tech to get me the kit for it, to put together the kit of all the hardware and everything. I could do it myself, but hey, it's easier for him to do it for me. He's going to give that to me. And yeah, then we'll probably put that on the 2.4 while we do all the upgrades. You have that on your Trident, Nuno. Okay, cool. I've heard it works really well. It's a beautiful looking tool head too. Like, oh, double cooling fans and blah, blah. And I think I already have the fans, but you can always use a few extra fans. Be prepared for weird screw heat set nut sizes. That's what he told me, which is why he's putting the kit together for me so that I have all the proper heat inset sizes, etc. What are you doing? Are you going over these again? Twice? I don't know. This is not my model, so I'm just doing whatever this thing does. Yeah, I got to turn down those case fans on here. They're too loud for my liking. M2 and M25 heat sets. That's what he said. Actually, in his email to me, he said, what did he say? Anyways, he did mention to me that it had some odd size pieces. Oh, I was talking to him in person about it. That's what it was. It wasn't email. It's when I went to see him. Proper tips? I do. I believe I do. In that little tip set I got for doing heat insets, I think it has the small ones I need. And there we go. Okay, the print's done. Now we'll take it off and see what it is we are looking for on this particular print. This one. So here we go. That is what came out. Yeah, it's much easier to show blue on the camera than it is the red. So I'm going to try and give you guys a downward look with this camera on it, and we'll see what we're looking for in this particular print. Let's just have a look here, and we'll zoom in a bit on this, and we'll focus on it. Okay. So apparently, whoops, try and make it so you can see it. There we go. So we have from 0, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 40, 50, 90, 100, 80. I don't know what we're looking at here. So let me go ahead and look at his model and see what we're looking for. So I'm going to go back to here. Well, where's the new one? Where's the 0.01 to 0.08? Oh, why don't we look at it the right way up? Oh Lord, 0.08, 0.07. Sorry. Okay, and oh gosh. Oh, and I see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, especially where it turns the corner, for the cleanest turn. Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing. Had it upside down and I was reading the numbers incorrectly. Hang on, that's as close as I can get on that one. So let's just see. Oh man, I kill me sometimes. Okay, so if we are looking, okay, try and get some light on here. So I'm gonna have a quick peek at this while it's down flat, so I can, without getting my head in the way. And I am looking at, let me grab my pointer here so that I can, I'm looking at this one, which is 0.01, between 0.01 and 0.02. 0.01. Yeah, we're getting too much deformation down here on the higher numbers. But I'm thinking either 0.005 or 0.01 is what I'm looking at. Yeah, twice as many lines as there are numbers. But you can kind of see down below here, you're starting to see where it's not, you're getting too many gaps up here. The cleanest corner, in my opinion, is one of these up here. So I'm looking at not the first, second, third, anywhere kind of above my finger right there, any one of those 4. So I'm looking probably even higher because we're starting to bulge a little bit in this corner here. Get some corner bulging, the higher numbers, too little plastic. Exactly. So there's a little bit of bulging, say, in this corner. Right there is not bad. I'm looking at I'm thinking the one right above my finger, right there, which is 0.01. It's rounding the higher corners and it's bulging the lower corners. Yeah. This is really tough to see. But I'm leaning towards that 0.01. Maybe even 0.02. Maybe even 0.02. It's hard to show on the camera, especially with me not knowing which orientation I'm looking at. So I'm thinking 0.02 right there. Yeah, 0.02 is, we're not quite getting bulging. The bulging is starting. Up here we're rounding, and I'm thinking 0.02, which is right there. Even the one below it, 0.025. 0.02, 0.025. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 0.02, 0.025, and that's my acceleration. So now, if I'm not mistaken, let's go back over to the display. Kind of freaky when I do that, isn't it? I go into here. Let's go into our print config and look see what, oh, that's mainsail config. Stop. Let's go to our print config. 0.02 and do a bigger print to test it. Yeah. And I think it's under printer config. And I'm trying to think of where it is. It is. That's going to be under extruder. That's going to be. Pressure advance right there. Oh, see, right now it's set at 0.024. So we'll take that 4 off. We'll go 0.02. And we'll leave it at that. The default was 0.04. But we're going, pressure advance smooth time is 0.04. Okay, but we're going to do pressure advance at 0.02, and we will save and restart. Okay, and then what was I going to do when I restarted? I was going to do something, and I don't remember now. See, my memory's not that good. Oops, we can pop these things off of there real easy. These are really cool looking prints. Anyways, so we have that. Let's go ahead and put the bed back on. And then the only other one was great camera setup for this experiment. We can really follow along. Oh, good, thank you. I'm glad you like the camera setup. I'm always flustered when it comes to setting up cameras and switching and they're out of focus, but you know what? It's live. And having this little camera here, the one that's over my shoulder, this little camera and the camera you're seeing me on right now are great little cameras. So inexpensive USB cameras that do a great job. Okay, so let's get the bed heated up again while we're waiting. 60. I know what I was going to do. I was going to turn down that fan speed. That's what I was going to do. Let's go into the printer config here again. Let's go down to the fans. I'm not a big fan of that speed that it's going. See? So this is the hot end fan. I want the heater fan, exhaust fan. This is the fan I want right here. So that's if we're going over up to 60 on the bed. Shutdown speed, kicks maximum power 1. Let's kick that maximum power down to 0.5. Let's try that. I'm just fanning that joke. I am. 0.5. So now, once this starts up, if I heat the bed up again, it should be quieter. Oh, that's much better. It's still going 50%, but it's a nice hum. It's like, so it's not nearly as annoying. Good. I can hear myself think. What's that phrase? Blowhard? I'm a blowhard, yeah. Okay, stop it. The next thing I wanted to do in the Ellis's tuning guide was, we did the pressure advance, but it was the extrusion multiplier. Was that the next one that I wanted to do? Yeah, it's the flow control, extrusion multiplier flow control. Now, how does he say to do this? I don't want Cura terminology. Background method. We will print some 30 by 30 by 3 millimeter cubes. Okay. Who is this guy on the YouTubes? That's me, John. How are you? Hey, nice to see you. Okay, let's do some extrusion multiplier. There's got to be something here that has all these things already set up for me. Where did I not see extrusion multiplier? Let me just double check something. No, I'm not going to double check something. Oh, I believe it's in the cubes. I believe if I go to the test prints folder, extrusion multiplier cubes are already laid out for me, labeled. You like the thumbnail, John? I was lazy today. We're going to do an extrusion multiplier of, what is my extrusion multiplier set at right now? Doesn't matter. Because I'm setting, the extrusion multiplier gets set per job, per filament. So I'm going to, well, let's do 1.8 to 1.2. That gives us a nice little round. But I do not want to go all these. So let's go 0.8. Let's download a 0.8. Then I have to change the extrusion multiplier on each, or is that going to be... You know what? I'm not going to do this test right now. This test just takes a lot of time to get this dialed right in. So let's go back and find, now that we've done the flow, let's go back here. We've done the pressure advance. We've done the input shaping. Let's pick a print. Now that we've done the pressure advance and input shaping, the Orca slicer built-in calibration for extrusion multiplier flow rate last time. You like Ellis's, but yeah, you have to set up, you do have to set up a lot for Ellis's, and I don't want to take the time. But they do have, I mean, if I go to a bamboo slicer, let's go to the display here. We'll try again. It just disconnected. So if I go to bamboo slicer, they do have, again, they do have the Trident 250 built in here, and they do have a calibration. If I go to prepare, and let's get rid of this, and they do have a calibration, and I do believe they have flow rate. Yeah, they do have flow rate in here. So there's the pressure advance test, but that was more to like the old one. They have a retraction test, and they have a maximum flow rate and a VFA. But if we go to flow rate, what does this give me if I go past one on flow rate? Let's just discard those, and flow rate is going to give me, oh, I see, okay. So they're going to give me these standard little, these standard little flow rate charts, which goes from, let's try this one. It's going to be quick. It's a very small, thin print. So let's just for fun try this flow rate chart from in the bamboo one. So if we go ahead and check our strength, we're going to do 3 walls. We can get away with 2 walls on the flow rate, and we can top shells 4-3. It doesn't matter. 15% infill. We're not going to be doing any infill on it, and we're going to have our temperature set as a generic PLA, which is fine. Okay, and this is only going to be like an 8-minute, 32 minutes. That's a pretty long time to do that. I just rather print a print. And we'll deal with flow rate later. You think you did the Orca slicer built it? Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do a print. I just don't want to take too long tonight. I'd like to get a print going. So what should I print that's reasonably fast, that's a little larger? What should I print, you guys? What do you think? Don't want to do a benchy. Benchy's not going to show me enough. What do I have already here? 3D models. What do I have already here that I could print? I have a dragons and all this. Flexi factory files. Mini stealth burner. Ay. What do I want to print? I have death racer files. Side skirt. Just anything to print. AMS holder. No, I don't want to print one of those. Bowden hotend model. Cali Dragon, double size. A Cali Dragon. I don't have that. Where do I Cali Dragon? Let me look that up, because I aim to please. Cali Dragon. Cali Dragon printables. Here we go. Since you were the first one to speak up, we'll do a Cali Dragon. Let's do that. Let's download the Cali Dragon. He looks cute. Is there any suggestions as far as... No. Well, we can just use standard print settings for it, I suppose. Okay. Version 1, version 1.3 MF. 3MF. Let's do 1.3. Version 1.3 MF STL. I don't know which one I need. I think the 3MF will work just fine. Let's go ahead under here. Let's go ahead under G-code files. And we'll find Cali Dragon in the downloads. I think I'll find Cali Dragon in the downloads. Downloads. I just downloaded you. Where did you go to? There you are, right there. Why wouldn't you? How come you're not showing up? You're an STL. Oh, duh. It's not G-code. What am I doing? We'll just open you up in here. Having a brain fart. That's just me. Okay, we'll blow you up 200%. There we go. I know you got to slice it first. You ever have brain farts? I have brain farts all the time. I mean, what can I say? It's going to be a longer print, but at least it'll be a print. 1 hour and 52 minutes. I shouldn't have done them twice the size, but hey, what the hell? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, MG20TX, you got to step away a little bit. Upload. Got to slice it first. Yeah, really? What's slicing? I kind of missed that part. Where did he go? There he is, right there. Okay, let's print him. And while we're printing them, we will discuss a few things. There we go. We're going to let this guy warm up a little bit. Brain farts don't stink. My brain farts don't stink, but it's like, yeah, let's try and drag an STL file into Clipper to print. Yeah, this is just water. I promise you that. This is just water. Yeah. Okay. So, let me move this out of my way here. One thing I've got, so a couple of things I'm going to do. I just got to decide which one I want to do first. We're going to work on the 2.4. We're going to work on the zeros, on the little zeros that are sitting right over here, on the corner here. You're near double my age. I kind of doubt that, Teza. I really kind of doubt that. Oh man, my filament just went all bonkers. I gotta put this up properly too. Oh, come on. There we go. I got to get my filament thing all proper. I got some reverse Bowden tubing here to put in it that I haven't put on yet. So what I'm going to do on the you're 74. See, you're only 12 years older than me. You said near double my age. You're only 12 years older than me, Teza. So I have an excuse, and you do too. So on the 2.4, when we do it, actually here, let me put this camera on and you can talk while you guys watch this guy work away. Actually, I should put this camera on it because it's cool to watch that thing do the beacon probing. And there goes my filament again. Ah, there we go. There it goes again. I swear. I don't have that set up properly. That's okay though. And it doesn't work too well with full spools. Back up, back up. And I gotta turn the lights on. That is so out of focus. Oh, I grabbed this for my mouse. Oh, Lordy. Okay, let me turn the lights on. There'll still be nobody home, though. There we go. Now you can see it a little better. We got a little blob there. What's going on here? Stop. Oh, man. Got a little blob there. Oh, man, I just wrecked the print. Oh, hell, we'll just let it go. It'll fix itself. Fixing the blob, I took a little piece off. Anyways, it'll fix itself. You look double my age, but you have a lot more hair. Oh, thanks. I save a lot of money in shampoo. Anyways, where I was going at is on the 2.4. We're going to upgrade. I'm probably going to upgrade that hot end to the new hot end. And I think that new hot end will let me use the Orbiter 2 extruder I have here. We'll see. Oh, man. And so that's one upgrade we're going to do. We're going to put the Ramus front idlers on it. So I've already got the kit for the Ramus, whatever you want to call them. These Ramus front idlers here, it's from my buddy 3D Lab Tech. We have a Ramus front idler kit to go. And then the other thing we're going to put on is I've got a portable, I've got a portable input shaper. This is from Tech. This is a portable input shaper that uses a USB-C connection for the input shaper, which attaches to the front of the now what I may do is come to think of it, no, I'm mixing this up. This portable input shaper is probably going to go on this Trident. Okay, because it uses USB-C. I don't have to worry about which way that cable goes, blue side in, blue side out. Because what I've got coming in is I have a beacon probe with the version H beacon probe, which has the input shaper built into it. And that's the beacon probe I will probably put on the Voron 2.4, which is down in the floor over here. Or that beacon probe will go on the rat rig. I haven't decided. And then the beacon probe that's on the rat rig, which is the original one, will go on the 2.4. And I will also put on the 2.4, depending on what will fit on the hot end I plan to put on it is going to depend on the type of 80XL I put on it. So all that said, yeah, we're going to be doing some upgrades to it. So you're dyslexic. Cute Nichols. Cute Nichols in the thumbnail. So anyways. So this is printing away. Cali Dragon. I've never printed a Cali Dragon before, so this is kind of exciting for me. Cool. Let's lower this a little bit, and then let's raise this guy a little bit. Give you all a better view of this thing. But this printer is running nicely now. As I say, the only thing not hooked up on this, which is kind of obvious right now, what you're seeing is there's no nozzle LEDs. They're in there, but I haven't wired them up yet. I haven't plugged them into the main board. Because I got to figure out where they go. While this is running, I'm going to have a look and see where they go. And you guys can talk amongst yourselves. 22 people watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. Everybody is always appreciated. And let's see, how many likes do I have for 22 people watching? I have 14 likes. Well, I'm giving myself a like because I like myself. And if you're on here and you haven't liked my stream, you liked me, shame on you. Okay. Anyways, I'm just blabbering on now. Let me go back over to the LDO docs and see where those LEDs are supposed to plug in. I don't think it's as obvious as I think it's going to be. LED strip. I think I know why this spool keeps coming off. Let's turn this around. Maybe like this. No. Like this. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Pour a cold drink on it and refresh it. Okay, that's the LED NeoPixels. So let's see where NeoPixel LED. Where is that one supposed to go in? Anyways, I need to I like that blue filament. That's a nice color. And you'll see the bottom layer right sort of in here where this is pointing to. You're going to see a little flaw there. That's because I had a little snot there that I clipped off, and then I wrecked that first layer on that one side. That's why that's there. That was my fault. We're going to zoom in a bit on this again, just so you can get a clear. Adjust your glasses. If that's blurry to you guys, get some new glasses. There we go. Whoa. Come on. There we go. $18 now. Nice. NeoPixel, a dot that represents Keanu Reeves. Andrew Humphrey, you're crazy, man. Let's see. I think I have to increase my extrusion multiplier on this a little bit. I'm seeing a few gaps in there. Let me see what we're looking at here. What can I adjust on the fly? Let me go to 101 on my extrusion factor. Oh, and I've got to put in my. I keep getting this error when I print from bamboo slicer, but I exclude object. I've got to put my exclude object stuff into the printer config yet. I like that exclude object feature, so we're gonna look at that after. Trident's a nice printer. I've got a little bit more tuning to do on it yet, but for the most part, it's not doing too bad. I mean, my belts may be a bit loose based on what I'm seeing on my layers there, but that's okay. We can fix that. But again, I've beat this stream to death. This printer to death. We'll just do some tuning on it as we go forward, but it's running nice. And the only thing I do is get the clear acrylic for the base here, and then Bob's my uncle. But I want to see where my wires are for that LED, for the nozzle LED, because I'd like to get that hooked up. I'm not going to bother with the logo LED. The rainbow barf one I had in there before, because it was just a lot of hassle, and I don't need it, and it's just for looks. And I didn't put it in the hot end at the time, so if I end up liking that hot end I put on the 2.4, I may just rebuild this one and put that hot end on here. So there's the other wire. Okay, there's my two wires for the LEDs. One of them is way longer than the other, but I need to figure out where they go. Okay, Andrew. What speed is it printing at? It is peaking at, right now, it's peaking at 110 millimeters a second. Right now. Now, what speed? Let me see. Let me check Bamboo Slicer, see what speed that's got it at. So speed-wise for this, we have it at initial infill speed of 150, 120 in the outer walls, 200 on the inner walls. So basically, and 200 sparse infill, 200 solid infill, top surface 100. And 350 travel speed and 5,000 acceleration. It's running at a nice speed. And I think since I increased that flow, it's looking a little better. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you can see we were having a few issues. You can probably see it on there, but right in here, you can see we were having a few issues. It was under extruding right in there. So I increased the flow to 105. Let's see if I put it at, yeah, I increased the extrusion, I increased the extrusion factor to 101. And it seems to be improving that a little bit up there. So that's the test I didn't want to take the time to fiddle with. And that's going to be filament dependent too. But otherwise, it's looking good. Hey, Stephen Labad. And it's nice and quiet now that I turn those case fans down 50%. Ads? Oh, damn. Sorry about that, apprentice. How long are they? 30 seconds? It just means if you went through an ad, I made a tenth of a penny. Hey, Jack Black. 15-second ad? Okay, maybe I made a 20th of a penny for the channel. Let me zoom out a bit here. Get a look at the whole hot end. And then in the meantime, I'm going to figure out, oops. Oh man, I'm going to see if I can figure out where those LEDs plug into. And I believe it is this one right here where it says NeoPixel. But I could be wrong. Premium pays the creator for the ads. Okay, even if they put them in. I do have a premium, so I don't struggle with ads. I think premium is worth it. Okay, I need to see which connector they plugged the NeoPixels in. So can I make this screen bigger? There we go. So they put it in. It's right next to the LED strip, and it's in between the LED strip and that one. So let's see. Hotend thermistor. What? Am I looking on the right side of the board? I am. X end stop, Y end stop, hot end thermistor, bed thermistor. I gotta. Okay, so let's see. J37. J37. Let me find J37. Let me find my pinout. Where is my pinout diagram? You know, I really need to keep a copy of the pinout file, but there's the pinout diagram. And you're saying J37. Okay, let me zoom in on this. Man, I wish my eyes were a little better. Oh, there, that's better. J61, J35, J37. RGB LED, J37. Where are you on the board? Man, that's hard to see. I've yet to find a really clear pinout of this board. J44, J45. Do I have camp on this? I don't believe so. Here's what I'm looking at right here. So I found the J37 here, but I'm looking for it on the actual board, which I think is. See, it's really hard to read this diagram, and that is zoomed in as far as it's going to let me zoom into it. J37, oh, right there. Okay, there's J37 right there. We have a ground, PBO, and 5 volt. So, okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I have to get the power from J37, but I have to get the control from somewhere else. So there's J37 right there. Okay. Yeah, I remember this now. It is the one that is in here and it's red. It's in the base, and it's a red pin. Here, let's cheat. Let's bring this camera here, and I can show you a good close-up of that J37 pin, probably. But now, if I'm not mistaken, I only one pin could go to there, and then the other one had to go to a controller of some sort. Ground from the tool head, signal from the PBO power, and ground from the tool head. So I only need, so the ground and the tool head would already be there. So really, I only need the one pin, the signal pin, plugged into that, into the ground, into the power. Tool head board with an MCU. I do, but I think Cliff is correct. So let me go ahead and go to studio mode here for a minute. I'm going to just grab a different camera view here. Why is that? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just zoom in. I'm just going to get this ready so I don't make you guys go all blind with my zooming. So right in there. Is that showing the red pin? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the, there we are. And let's go to the floor camera now. There we go. Grounds are all likely bonded together, yeah. So this, where did I put my light? Be able to see it better with a little bit of light on it. Yeah, so right there you can see, let me move this over. Let me move this up. And let me get this light set up here. Move the printer while it's printing. Yeah, whatever. Okay. There we go. So there's the pin right there. You can see it's the red one right under my finger. And the one closest to the outside here. So that's the red one where the LEDs get hooked up. And according to the pinout, from bottom to top as you're looking at it, according to the pinout, it's ground, signal, and 5 volts. So now what we think we're doing is that we have to plug that one connector into the 5 volt for the signal, and the ground comes right from the head. No, the tool head board doesn't have an MCU on it. Oh no, I won't plug it in while the power's on. That's just where it's going to go. So it's going to go to the third pin, the one farthest away. So the closest one to the bottom, there, the first one here, second one, third one is where we're going to plug it in. That explains clearly. Let's go back to this one. There we go. That explains why on this. That explains why I had one wire cut off short and then I kept this other one long, because it's got to reach into there to that pin. And the other one I cut off because I didn't need it. That kind of explains it. It's amazing what you learn when you do things and you repeat things and do them over and over and over and over. So there was a reason I cut that one short, because it didn't come into play. So this one will plug into that when we're done this. There we go. So let's grab some zip ties and zip tie that back up the way we had it. How's our print coming? Not bad. Print is not bad. I've seen better. Okay. So now we just got to reroute this one wire. Okay. Oh, and then I have to add the LED portion to the printer config file. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was I had a separate LED config file that I was pointing to from the printer config file. So, yeah. Okie doke. So let's get back and see if we can get this back up in view of the print. It's looking pretty good. No, it's already gone through the. It's already through the drag. It's already through the drag chain, Andrew. I had put it through with no intention of hooking it up at the beginning, but I did have intention, so it is already through the drag chain. It's just running down this side piece here. What I need to do, there's some clips. Actually, I should print them right now. But if I go ahead and just give you this view, why didn't that change? Oh, because it's on stupid studio mode. Hang on. Now, if I go ahead and give you this view, so yeah, so it's already through the drag chain. It's coming out right here. But what I need to do is I've got this bundle of wire here. I need to print, there's little clips that you can print that you insert into the channel, and then you zip tie your wires down the channel, down the channel here. I'm not putting covers on this for the moment, other than a clear acrylic color on the base, because I don't really need another enclosed printer. So I may just leave this open because I really do like the look of it. And covers just, covers are a hassle sometimes if you don't need it. So what I should do, let's just do this. No, you guys don't want to look at me. Let's do this one again so you can keep an eye on that. I'm going to just have a quick peek for those clips because I haven't printed any, and I can just whip a few off just in black or something because it'll just blend in with the wires, and I got black on the bamboo, so I can whip a few of those prints off in the time this is printing, because we got another half hour or so we can go. Hour, maybe an hour, if you guys don't mind watching this. I know there's 23 people just watching a print, but you're also listening to me chat, so what the heck. So let's go ahead and I think those are going to be in the. I've already downloaded them. Probably it's probably already in the one of my folders here. Let's see. Where is my Trident folder? 3D models and Trident and STLs. And that's going to be probably with panels. No, midspan, wire cover, left. No, it's not with panels. It's always trying to find a specific part is always fun. Electronics bay, maybe. Cable clip, cable frame anchor. That is what it's called, a cable frame anchor. There we are. Okay. So I just need, this is what I'm looking at right here. I just need a few of these to run down so that I can clip those cables down the back side there. So we'll just print a few of these right now. Let's see. The wire is supposed to be PTFE sheathed as per spec. Which wire? Hey, David Wilson. Do you have a package to send to me? Okay, David. Appreciate it. Is it a surprise? All wires and drag. All wires and drag are supposed to be PTFE sheathed? Seriously? I haven't PTFE sheathed any of the wires in the drag chain. I have not. Mind you, I haven't got any serial numbers on these either. I just don't, I don't know. I don't need to get serials, so if they won't do a serial number without PTFE sheathed, then I guess I won't be getting serial numbers. I'll make up my own serial number for it. DWIT number 1. Yeah, there we go. DWIT 1. DWIT try 1. DWIT Trident 1. DWIT 241. I mean, yeah, it's cool to get a serial number, but really it does nothing for me. It's a I don't know. I guess any Voron exec or Voron whatever would probably say, how dare you not want to get a serial number? But I just don't want to. I don't need a serial number. I'm fine with what I got. I'm perfectly content. The drag chains wear through the wires and the wires short out. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Welcome. You got the Prusa XL, Dave? Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, they'll wear out eventually if you do a lot of printing. But you know what? Hey, it's a perfect excuse to rebuild it and do some more upgrades. But I think it's going to take a lot of movement to wear them out. Just my thoughts. So, how's Mr. Caladragon coming along? He's looking much better now. Yeah, he's looking much better. Up on the layers here, they look really good. Okay, we're printing. Why are you not firing up? Why are you not printing? Did I send it to the wrong? I have a habit. No, I sent it to the right printer. Let's try it again. I've made the mistake before of printing to my bamboos, and I've sent it to my downtown printer. No, sometimes I got to reboot this. It doesn't take the file. But I've sent it to my downtown printer by mistake, and I'm going, why didn't it print? And then I get in the office in the morning, and I have a print, either random or failed print, depending on what was on the print bed before. So, yeah. Okay. And I find if I don't print anything on one of these bamboos for a while, I have to shut it off, turn it on again, resend the print, and it works fine. Eventually, not eventually, a couple months tops, really. But again, depending on how, I would think it would depend on how often you're printing. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you don't want to do anything. What's going on with you? Oh, now you're working, but the screen is all messed up. Oh, well, okay. Gotta love my bamboo. Now the screen is frozen, but it's printing. Oh, well. I want to get one of those, the Big Tree Tech screen they came out with for the bamboos, for the P1Ps, P1Ss. It's the wireless, you just sort of magnetize it onto it, and it's a wireless type thing. So I do that. What's that do? That does nothing. Why is that not working? Anyways, there's no reason why that shouldn't work. It's my overhead camera, for some reason, is not working. Let me check something here. In studio mode. Insta360 ATM feed. ATEM. Deactivate. Activate. There you go. Now you're working. I was seeing if this camera worked. Look at the overhead. Because I could swing it over and give you a overhead view of the print. The color's terrible on that one, though, which it shouldn't be. That's an A5100. I think it's the lighting. It's not set for the I think the white balance is not set properly on it. There we go. Crap insulation on the wires, yeah. Wi-Fi printers stop responding over time because they don't send out a keep alive on your network to keep the IP address routable. Too large an aperture. Yeah, that could be. Let's see. If I it's just way up here. If I go ahead and that's a little better. That's a little better. Yeah, that's more like it. Did you get the rat rig running? Not yet, David. No, I got to redo the hot end. I've got to put a new hot end on it, David, and I'm probably going to put the the beacon probe with the Revision H beacon probe on it with a built-in 80XL. So, yeah, Teza, this worked. Yeah, this camera it's a good little camera, and I decided to use it as an overhead camera just because. Let's see. If I raise that a bit, if I come over, oops. Oh, that's funny. Look what happened when I tried to move it over. There goes the power cable. Doo-doo. Let's go see if I can find where that plugs in. Oh man, I love live streaming. It's great. Where'd my there's where it plugged into. Oh, why did I do that? There we are. There it is. And then if I take this power cable, plug it back in, and let's just actually, if I zip tie it to here, that's going to work better. Oh man, where's my zip ties? Oh gosh. Just when you think you have your cameras all set nicely. Okay. Okay. Come on. There we go. Zip tie it to there. That'll be fine now. It won't come undone. Do. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that. The angle, the dangle. Let me go back to studio mode. Let's go back over here. Let's change that to the ATEM feed. Oh, it didn't just. Oh, I thought it would have. Definitely would have messed up on me. So if I go back to this feed, there we are again. But I'm going to have to change the aperture again. Oh, not that way. This way. That's reasonable right there. And then I can zoom in a bit. The nice thing about this thing is the zoom on it is pretty incredible. And then the autofocus, if you get the right thing to zoom in on, is pretty cool. Actually, I can probably lower the aperture even more on this to make it actually true colors. How's my hand look? Yeah, that's about right there. That's about the right color there. I don't use the overhead camera too much. There we go. Anyways, just fooling around with this thing. Yeah, that's not bad. Where is my... Yeah, it resets it on boot. Yeah, I don't know much about that camera. I kind of set it and forget it. When it comes to that one, I usually just set it and forget it and let it do what it does. kind of delegated it to my overhead because I find that these Insta360 link cameras, yeah, I find that these ones, like this one there and this one here, are really, really, really good cameras. And they're good for main and secondary cameras. So it got delegated to the overhead camera. And then this one, the little screen that you're seeing me in the bottom left there, that's one of the little inexpensive USB cameras that's manual focus. And that's what you're looking at on screen is one of those cameras as well. So we're working with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras in a sense. Yeah. And that's plenty. That's enough. That's more than I can handle. Okay, Bamboo's running those little clips right now. Screen is still frozen, but job is printing, so that's okay. So I've got all the parts printed for one of the Voron 0.2. It's pretty much a complete rebuild. So here, here, there we go, right there is all the parts for the 0.2 build we're going to do. This is all in that Galaxy Gray ABS from Polymaker. So that's all the parts for the 0.2 rebuild, one of them. I haven't done the other one yet. I've got to print, and that's not the accent parts either. So we've got a good start on all the parts printing for 0.2 upgrade. I just got to decide which one I want to upgrade. I've got 2 of them sitting there. One of them is functional. The other one is not quite functional. So I'm thinking I'll take the one that's not quite functional and do it for the 0.2 upgrade. And then we'll take the functional one and upgrade it as a Tri-Zero. I just don't know. So anyway, we'll just throw all these parts back in a bag. I don't need those and those. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. The red one is pretty much the non-functioning one. The black and green one is the functioning one. So the red one, or as I like to call it, Little Red, Tri-Zero sounds interesting. It does. I'm waiting to get some parts for the Tri-Zero too, so we're going to be doing a Tri-Zero and a 0.2. This red one has never quite been finished building. Let me see. Where's this guy here? And if I go ahead and lower this, there we go. So here's the Zero that never quite got finished. We have the I don't even remember what this is called, but this is basically the breakout board for the hot end, and it's just sort of the all-in-one umbilical thing here that's just to save some wiring. We've already got part of it on here, but anyways, these are the rest of the pieces for it. Extruder motor, etc., etc. Underneath, we have our power switch. We have a few extra pieces under here. We had our Bondtech extruder here for it. But this is really about as far. It was running at one point, but it wasn't running very well. So this is kind of where it's at, and this is probably the best candidate. This might even be the better one to start the Tri-Zero on. All the electronics are in it. in the back here. So we have all the electronics, the Pi, the main board, which is a, which main board is that? That's an SKR Mini E3 V2.0 board. Everything is in it. And then on the bottom, of course, we have our power supply. So this might be a good candidate for the Tri-Zero. But I've got to get the, I got to get all the parts for it yet. So Tri-Zero sounds like the main board will take up the whole bottom. Interesting. But yeah, but I'm excited. I really enjoy doing these builds, so I'm excited to give this a go. This is really, let's get rid of this this tube in here is kind of kinked and everything because I haven't really had this printer set up. But yeah, this is going to be one of the. Maybe I'll do the Tri-Zero first if I can get the parts sourced here. I've talked to my buddy at 3D Lab Tech about getting the parts sourced for it. I haven't heard back from him if he has them, and I know there's a couple places online I can buy the parts. So maybe that'll be the next bench project, is to get this. We'll strip this down, and I'll probably end up doing it from scratch. Although I don't want to have to rerun belts, but the Tri-Zero is going to need new belts anyways, etc. So maybe just strip this down to bare bones, and we'll start this again from scratch and make this the Tri-Zero build. Three Z motors and the extruder. How many? What's this one have? This one has one extra. So we have three. What do we have on here? We have an AB motor, an extruder motor, and a Z motor, and we still have one in here. This board will probably work for the Tri-Zero because we need 3 motors for the Z. No, we will need a bigger board. Yeah, that'll take a bigger main board, won't it? Because it's going to need 5 motors, right? 3 Z motors, an AB, and no, it's going to need 6 motors. 3 Z motors, an AB motor, and an extruder. So it's going to need 6. So it's going to need like a octopus. Oh, that'll be interesting to try and fit that. Yeah, anyways, well, it's a challenge, all right? Well, why not? Yeah. And Rage Rabbit Carrot Feeder. I was never a fan of this hot end on this either. It just seems too, I don't know, too small. I always had trouble getting the fans in here, and everything was so small and so cramped. But I think they have a different hot end available for this as well. So if you use CAN bus, you could use Manta M5P. I have, well, come to think of it, mind you, it's version 1. I have a Manta M5, M7, no, M8. Where did I put all my, right here. I have a Manta M8P board, which I could use with the CB1, but it's a version 1 of the board, and apparently they've made some improvements on it, so I don't know. Anyways, I got a lot of things going on here. But yeah, it's time to get these zeros working as well. The one is working. I just haven't printed on it in forever. And but yeah, I want to get working on getting these things up and running. I can throw all these pieces out. I don't need any of those, but the screws are all good. The Manta will fit in the 8 and runs the embedded Pi option. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to use what I have on hand already. The less I have to spend, the better. So that's ideal, of course. It's like, let's utilize what we've got. Yeah, with my massive mitts, yeah. I tell you, at first it wasn't easy, but it gets easier the more you do it. And one thing I will say is it does teach you patience. Teaches you patience indeed. Okay, I'm going to definitely be reprinting a lot of parts for this, for these builds. Mm-hmm. But I got to plan it out. I've got to plan it out. Mind you, part of the joy of watching my stream is I just kind of do everything fly-by-nightish. So run the M8P with the SB36. Very clean setup. Oh, really? Okay. Tried the Dragon Burner on your salad fork. You like it a lot for the smaller printers. Okay. I don't know what I got. What hotend do I have on this one? This is a what hotend do I have for this? Why do I have all these magnets sticking all over the place here? This is a I think this is the Dragon hotend on this. This is the hotend that it's the hotend that came off of it. So I'll probably use the same one. And I got so many parts here. It's a crazy amount of parts here. Fans, extruder motors. Too many parts. This has got to come apart. This has got to come apart. It's the wrong color. Everything's the wrong color. Anything in black. I don't want any black on this printer. So we're going to sacrifice a few parts here. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, cool. You won the frame from DFH a year ago. Awesome. Why do I have two of these? I have two of these umbilicals, T. Abraham umbilical setups for some reason. Oh, I think one was a prototype. I think that's why. Yeah. And I have two extruder motors. Got a little bit of work to do to get this thing going again, but definitely got to strip it down. Dun, da, 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 da. Zooby dooby 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 doop. Where is my little screwdriver? That one's too big. I want my tiny one. There you are. Easier to put the fans on, yeah. Okay. I'm going to definitely look into the easiest way possible to do all these things. You buy two of everything. That's smart. Okay, so that, we're going to reprint you. Anything black, I'm tossing. We're going to probably do the gray that I have on there. And not the orange, but I'm probably going to do the sparkle, the Galaxy Gray that I've printed them in, and I'm probably going to do like a, I have like a Galaxy Red, I have a Pop Pink. I may actually do the, Galaxy Gray and Pop Pink for the, for one of these Zero rebuilds, but that's going to be on the black frame because gray and pink might go good with the red too. Wife hates you, buy 2 of everything. Yeah. Oh, we got to take these parts out of this extruder. This is all the Bondtech stuff. Working on a switch wire on the same frame color, you're using dwarf red with light gray as an accent. The red is a close match and it looks nice. Oh, cool. I wonder if the, I do have the sparkle red. So it might be worth looking at, the sparkle red to go with this red frame. Uses all M2 screws on this, on these Zeros, M2s, and I'm mixing them all up with my M3s. I'm gonna have to do some screw management eventually. That's it. That is a part. I gotta grab those little bearings out of there and everything, but hey. Well, we've already started disassembling it, so what the heck, there we go. So let's look at that sparkle red, Galaxy Red. I haven't opened it yet. Now, what's this gonna look like? Oh, yeah, sure, it figures. It's in the foil bag. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm not going to open that yet if I'm not printing with it yet. But if I look at the image of the Galaxy Red ASA, it's sort of, that would go good as an accent color with that frame with the Galaxy Gray. And I could save the pink for the black frame. So I could run the pink with the black frame and then use the pink as an accent color, and then the main frame for the black frame could be, so what goes good with pink? Probably, what else do I have for ABS ASA? Green, blue, anyways, we'll figure it out. Don't get the 2.5 in there. No. Red is primary and the light gray as an accent. Oh, that would be good too. A bright primary. I could use the pink as a primary on the black frame. Pink as a primary and a gray as an accent on the black frame would look great. It would be a pink printer. I'm man enough to work with pink. It wouldn't bother me. Let's put all these Bondtech parts together so I don't lose them. How do I get that? How do I get that bearing out of there without totally killing it? Just like that. Just like that. And then the rest of this is toast. Nothing else in this is salvageable. This still feels relatively heavy. Like there's something else going on in here. Green and pink. Yeah, that would look good. Red is your primary, light gray is the accent. Yep. Green is a great color. There we go. Okay, I'm not even going to bother trying to salvage heat sinks. I've got tons of them. And this is, everything is off of that other than 1, 2, 3 heat sinks. That's okay. Okay, we're going to go with totally different hot ends anyways on this, I think. We'll reinvent the wheel. Rosier green used to bake cookies is going to say anything to you. Like Rosie Greer. Cookie baker and candlestick maker. Let's get these pieces in here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you can share a link, Andrew. Go for it. Please do. You can post a link, Andrew. You're a moderator. You have admin status. You have the power. By all means, do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Let me look. Okay. I shall show it. Give me uno momento, por favor. Let me find that. Where did you go? Here we go. I'm going to put it on screen now. Nice. Oh, I like that. That looks cool. Oops. Let me put that back up. There we go. Yeah, that looks cool. I love the colors you used. Dragon burner with the Galileo 2. Okay. I think you said salad fork, Brent. Yeah, that is nice. That's so clean looking. Was that a 250? I don't know how. It's hard to tell the size of that from looking at the picture, but maybe it's what, a 180, 250 build, 250 bed. You see the fork, 150. Where's the fork? I don't see the fork. Are those colored? They look like colored belts in the back. Oh, that's the frame. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, there's the fork on the build plate. Okay. So that's about the size of a Zero. You were going to put a one. You want to put a 180 bed in it, top right corner. Oh, there's the fork too, and on the build plate. Okay, very cool. That is cool. On the frame corners too. Okay. And the tool head LED has a fork too. Man, you guess it's like a game. Like, how many forks can you find? Count the forks. Well, little Cali Dragon's starting to come along. Okay, David. Glad to see you. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it as always. And I'm excited to see what you're sending me. Don't tell me. I like surprises. As long as it's not forked. There we go. Okay, well, let's get this out of my hair for now, this little Zero guy. My other one here, I should fire it up and see if it actually works, but it should be working. I have not printed from it for a long time, but we'll do the update and all that on it. So I'm not gonna disturb it at this point in time. But hey, my little clips are finished printing on the bamboo on the bamboo. My little clips. And put them in while it's printing. Maybe. Let's tempt fate here. Which way do I turn them, right or left? Oh man, those are tight. Looks like I want to turn them towards the right. Oh, they're tight. Oh. I'm going to need pliers to help me turn them. My fingers are weak. I'm sure you could turn it up faster. I probably could. But how much faster is it really going to go? Let's see. %150%. Let's see if that makes any difference. That's going to go a little faster. I'm a patient man. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I got to use pliers to put these things in. My grip, I don't have enough grip in my hands to tighten these properly. Fresh coffee. Yeah, there we go. Works better with pliers. Makes life a whole lot easier. But at least they're not going to move. Okay. Let's zoom you guys in a bit here, a bit more here. Here. Let me turn this a little bit. There we go. Zoom it in a bit. It's looking pretty good. Oh, okay. I don't get on my Discord much. Let me see. Discord. Let me launch Discord. Last time I went into Discord, I didn't remember my password. Oh, yeah, of course. You're going to ask me. Log in. Am I a human? Yeah, I'm human. Yeah, password invalid. Let's see if I can log in on my phone because it's giving me a QR code there. And open in Chrome. What? No. Okay, let's try something here. Okay, let's try with the phone number. New login location detected. How much are the beacon probes? They are about between 60 and 90, I believe, depending on whether you get the Rev H or the original one. Discord. New login from location. Verify login. IP address authorized. Okay, so you've authorized the IP. So does that mean that you're going to let me log in now? No. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that was it. Okay, there's my Discord. There's my channel, and then is it general? No. Let's see. Just joined. What did you end up doing for Z setting? What did I end up doing for Z setting? I don't remember what my Z offset ended up being, but I can check. Okay, I'm looking now, Brent. I'm in my Discord. And I'm looking to see where it would have put it. Make some projects. I don't do, okay, where would it be? Okay, general? I don't see anything. I may have done a thing. That was from Zixelter. Projects, I'm not seeing anything. Community, confirm. Stream room, confirm. I don't see anything, Brent. Should be in messages. Oh, in messages. Oh, okay. Messages. Maybe later. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, let me share this. Okay, I see. There we go. Oh, for Z probe. The beacon probe. So there's the corner. Oh, I like the color scheme. I really like that color scheme, Brent. Yeah, beacon probe. Sorry about that. Yeah, I like that color scheme, Brent. With red as the main. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. That looks really sharp. Now imagine if I did the sparkle red. The sparkle red would look really cool. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's good to know. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. The beacon I love. The beacon is phenomenal. It produced a after I did a bed mesh. I did a little bit of a first layer test, and it did. This was sort of the first layer test I did, and everything kind of came out really nice across the whole bed. There was a little under extrusion, but that was just a flow rate issue. But the first layer test turned out great across the build plate. So I trust that the beacon probe did what it was supposed to be doing. But you can see there's a little bit of under extrusion there, but that's not the probe's fault. That was my fault in having the wrong flow set. So yeah, it's great. Well, pros and cons. I can't really. The only con I could say about the beacon probe was that it just took a little bit of effort to get it to work with getting the right information in the config file. But I can't think of any other cons for it. The pros are that if you can see, it gets rid of like for the clicky probe, there's nothing back here that I have to dock. The big dock is gone for the clicky probe. There's no Z switch back here, like Z. There's no homing switch for the Z back here. It's nice and clean. I did put a beacon on the rat. Yes, there's a beacon on the rat as well. There's a beacon on this, and there's a beacon coming for the 2.4. I have a revision H beacon coming for the 2.4 printer. So in the revision H, and I may end up putting the revision H on the rat rig because currently on the rat rig, I don't have an ADXL set up. And the version H of the beacon probe has an ADXL built in. So that's probably what I'll end up putting on the rat rig. And then I'll take the beacon that's on the rat rig and I'll put it on the 2.4. That's kind of the game plan at this moment. Yeah, you would like it. Now, people are going to tell you, and I did a little bit of research, there are beacon probe clones out there. Now, I have been told, okay, you can save money by buying a beacon clone probe. I don't know, or beacon probe clone. I don't know where to get it or what they're called, but then I've also read that, be careful because they don't work as well. They're not built as well, et cetera, et cetera. So I am kind of the mindset that, you know what, let's buy the brand name because we know it's USA made. It's made in the USA and it's got quality control behind it. And you can get, support or backing for it if you have issues with it. I have no doubt in my mind, but I have not had an issue with one of the beacon probes yet, other than, again, the learning curve of setting it up. So, okay, we got our wires strapped to the back now with those clips, so everything is nice and clean, except we got to plug in our LED when this Cali Dragon is done, but we are running out of time. We're gone late today. Going back to the days when I used to do 3-hour streams. Craziness. I'm getting hungry. What's the slicer say that's left in the Cali Dragon? It says we're 86% and we have another, we are saying 7 minutes left. Oh no, 7:46 is the estimated time. 14 minutes left. Oh, we'll let it finish. What the heck? I'd go the original. Yeah, exactly. Definitely go the original because it's, yeah, I believe in that. So, yeah, this little dragon's looking pretty good. Hello, little dragon. Oh, ow, he bit me. Oh, a little bit of issues on the under the chin there, but it's not looking too bad. Still think I need to tune this a little bit though, because there's still a little bit of I don't know. It could just be the filament. I don't know. But he's looking pretty good overall. But he's not as smooth as I'd like to see him. Looks like we're working on the horns now. So if I zoom in a bit, maybe I'm just being too fussy, but a little bit of it's not as smooth as I'd like to see it. You know, right up in here in this area. And you can see in his belly there, the layer lines aren't perfectly smooth, but again, I think that's just some fine tuning to be done. Maybe tighten my belts up a little bit. Belts might be a little loose. Hard to tell. Snapdragon. I will. I've used Orca Slicer before, but I've just been using Bamboo Slicer. I have used Orca Slicer. It's okay. I don't mind it. He's growing a beard. Yeah, it's a little bit of overhang thing there with the beard, but not bad. You had issues with this color too. Some colors, some colors just show flaws worse than other colors, but the fact is there's flaws there. So, and Tezza, you're right. Just needs a few tweakings. As I say, I think my belts need a little bit tightening. You know, I've got to do the extrusion multiplier test on it. So to figure out what my multiplier should be for this particular filament or for, PLA, and, yeah. But I'm happy with him overall. I mean, his head, the top of his head here looks really, really good. It's hard to see with the shadow, but top of his head there looks really good. So if I were to drop that down to a 0.2 layer height, it would look even better. Whoa. Sorry, I just kicked the camera. I'm glad I didn't have a bucket there. Top-down lighting is the least flattering. Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, like if I took, where's my other light? Where's my backup light? If I took this light and threw a different kind of lighting on them, might even look better. Might look even better. Side lighting. No, hang on. No, better yet. Actually, let's try this. Since we have a little bit of time left and he's on his last legs here. If I turn the lights off, case lights off. There we go. Okay, they're off. Now, if I give him some front lighting, I mean, look at the difference. You see a bit of snots up above, but yeah, it looks a lot smoother with this kind of lighting. Like, look at that. I can make them look smooth as I want, depending on where I put the light. His belly looks great there. So, yeah. Okay, let's put the light back on. Don't want to leave him in the dark. Zoop. There we go. Yeah, huge difference in where your light's coming from, et cetera, et cetera. But, in a perfect world, a perfect print's going to look good regardless of where the light's coming from. If you'd have kicked the bucket on stream. That'd be funny, right, Andrew? Oh, Lord. Okay, let's back this up a bit as we're getting ready to finish here. Why? Oh, boy, don't open that far lens. And this little camera also has the ability to adjust the aperture, so I can lighten it up a bit. Okay, we're almost done. We're 92%. We'll finish this guy. We'll call it a stream, and that'll be it. We'll do some test prints and so forth. I'll show you some other prints we get off of this, but I think as far as the build on this printer goes, that's going to be it. We'll just confirm that the when I put the LED lights on for the hot end, for the nozzle lights, that they work. We just have to plug one wire in to see if it works. We'll do that maybe quickly when this is done. But I appreciate y'all sticking with me this long tonight. I'm really hungry. I haven't had supper yet, so I'm gonna have some supper when this is done. Yeah, if you guys will allow me. I didn't have soup. Apparently, I got an email today. I had 250,000 views on my channel. That's exciting. I like getting those little emails from whatever that place is called again. What's that name? They send me all these neat little updates when I hit certain milestones. It's let's see. vidIQ, yeah. 250,000 views. Yay! It's exciting. Little milestones for me for a little channel. Andrew Ellis. I like Andrew Ellis's tuning guides. That's what I've been sort of using. 95%. Oh, where's my other light? We're going to have to put this light on to show the print off on this other little camera up here. So we'll turn this on. 98% battery left on it. That's cool. Put that up here. And then we'll get this other camera ready. Thanks so much, Ballistic Tech. Appreciate that. And we are almost done. See if this is set up correctly. This is set up good to show the print off when it's done. %. I like it. It's a good looking print for the most part. Now we do have there's some issues with the underhangs under his back here. And again, that's going to be some cooling issues, but yeah, it's actually kind of ugly under the back there. Very ugly under the back there, but hey, that's a pretty steep overhang. Let me support those for you, Meg. Oh, that's hot on the nozzle, but yeah, that's a steep overhang, but they don't look that flattering. You're about 5 minutes away from doing a 9-hour print. You didn't just jinx yourself, did you? Oh, thanks, Teza. A bit of curling on the backside of the horns. Yeah, the backside of the horns look terrible. Yep. That's when the third I've seen you can get the hot where you're going to put a third blower for the fans back there might help, but Trident curtain side air cooling. Oh, that would work. 5 minutes from done. That's what, and I know that's what you mean. But I mean, 5 minutes from done, I mean, you could still jinx yourself. XOL will have better cooling. Oh, cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if you get better results on PLA with similar print. Well, I'll keep this print ballistic. I'll keep this print. And when I do the XOL tool head, I'll probably do it on both the printers. What the heck? You know, I'll be honest, and I'll probably do it on both. And I will definitely do a comparison. Keep this print and see what the other one does as far as better. But yeah, it's way more than 45 degrees. But it is crappy. I mean, there's no question it's crappy. But the rest of the print looks pretty good. 99%. You're going to be done in about 52 seconds. No, you're just finishing your top layers off now. Look at that. 1, 2, should be 4 top layers. 3, and 4, and 4. No, 5. Like I can count. Hey, Build It Basement. Cooling is a downside, like especially underneath those horns, yeah. And we should be done. We're at 99%. Come on, be done. Look at that stringing. Well, look at that stringing. I should have done a stringing test. Look at that. Okay, come on, dragon. Come on, off. Oh, whoops! I got to go get him. Dragon killer. Oh. He's not bad looking overall, though. I mean, considering I had an issue with the first few layers until I turned up my flow control. Bottom layer, yeah, you can tell I definitely needed to make some adjustments on the bottom, which I did too late. Let's see, where's my camera? There we go. So here we go. The bottom. Come on. So my extrusion multiplier I increased because you can see right here, again, some overhang issues right here with it going on. But overall, for the most part, the layers look pretty good. Let me get closer. Okay, so when we're coming into some, so it's the overhangs underneath. So it's the cooling issues we're having underneath here for sure. And the back of the horns are terrible. Like, that's awful. Look at that. But otherwise, it's not a bad looking print, considering I haven't spent a whole lot of time tuning this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to get a hot end with better cooling and see if it makes a difference. We'll keep this and use it as a comparison. So look at that, how unflattering the top-down light can be. So Dragon Burner would give you better cooling than Stealth Burner, yeah. Hey, Jerry. We're just finishing up. We just finished up a print on the finished Trident. So let's really quick, since we got this done, I'm going to really quickly power it down, plug in that LED, see if that works, and we're going to call it a stream. So let's go ahead and go here, shut down, so we do it right. I know the hot end is still cooling, so I'm going to power it up rather quickly. We're just going to plug this in real quick, power it down, plug that in, power it up. There we go. Side curtain air cooling. Yeah, and I have. Why are you not coming back on? Oh, you are booting back up. There we go. I just want to get this going, get that hot end cooling off. And he should be booting any second now. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And the hot end LED is not on. Maybe I have to. I'm not overly concerned about if it comes on or not. But let's see if I have the macro to turn it on. No, I don't. Might not come. No, I don't have any. Well, forget that. What am I doing? I don't have any anything in the config file to control the LED. So of course it's not going to come on. So let me turn this light out. I have to put some stuff in the config file. We'll work on that during the week. And then we will, see if it's working, etc. But it's plugged in now. Nothing's happening, of course. We're cooling down our hot end. So that's about it. Takes time for Linux to boot up. Yeah, it does. Will you be printing PLA much with this printer? If mostly ABS, I guess cooling isn't as important unless you want to go fast. Yeah, it's mostly gonna be PLA. I'm not enclosing this. I've got the bamboo here. I've got a Trident that's going to be enclosed. I have an enclosed K1 over here. So I don't need so many enclosed printers. So G-code it. I don't know how to G-code it, Jack. I don't know the G-code for it. How do I turn on the LEDs with G-code? Give me G-code and I'll G-code it. Share it on another link. Your print. Let me go and see. Where is this? Let's see. Continue. Oh, why do I need a password? Get out of there and get out of there. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Skip. No information on here that I don't need to be able to share. And so Andrew shared. Here we go. There's a print that Andrew shared. Nice. That is smooth. That is super smooth. Oh, and I'm jealous. You got your LED working. So that's cool. Oh, okay. You don't know the command? Yeah, I don't either. But I'm jealous. You got your LEDs on, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll put an LED on there and see if I can get it working and everything. But until then, whatever. But that's nice. That's really cool. But we got this done. We got the Kali Dragon. We'll keep the file. We will print him when we do another tune. We'll use this guy as our sort of our comparison as we do the tuning, and then when we put the other hot end on, we'll use this. So we'll use this as our demo print, I suppose. I like him. He's cute. Actually, I've never printed one before, so yeah, it is a nice difficult print to print. So yeah. Anyways, guys, we are out of time. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much, Richard McLean, for the $5 super chat. That is appreciated, my friend. And thank you everybody for popping in. And we will see everybody again next Sunday for my next live stream. And Jerry, I'm going to try and make your Saturday one. We had a lot of stuff. We had a birthday party on Saturday. Ethan turned 8, so happy birthday to Ethan. And he turned 8, and we had a really fun birthday party for him on Saturday. So it was very well attended and very, very successful. So anyways, it's been a long stream, but hey, I think it's been worth it to see how this thing's working. And as I say, we're finished with this build. We're gonna next Sunday we'll decide between now and then we'll decide which one of the zeros we want to work on. If I can get the stuff for the Tri-Zero, I will start that build. If I can't get it in time, I will start the 0.2 build on the other one. But I got to do some printing too, so I got to print some parts. So everybody have a great evening and a great week, and we'll catch all you guys next week. Thank you so much again, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.